19-year-old Austin Hovenden says it's a matter of life or death.
I was scared just to not come home and be able to take care of my family.
Flipping out insulation, where you could just get taken out. If you were hanging on to it and it was going out, you'd be right over that edge and you'd fall.
The controversy stems from this warehouse project in Muscatine. They contend with unsafe working conditions high on this roof. These non-union workers are gathering support from unions, social groups, even the Davenport Diocese, all with the call for better working conditions.
Grabbed hold of my pant leg and sank into my leg. So I got a nice ugly scar there about 8 to 10 inches long.
Mike Roberson says he's been hurt on the job twice, once with a faulty saw, and says Brandt Construction isn't helping him.
I pay for my insurance out of my own money, and yet they can't do nothing about this.
News 8 went into Brandt Construction's office to speak with the owner, and were told he couldn't be reached for comment.
I went on strike with my husband, Scott Jones, from Brandt Construction last Thursday. Scott has been employed with Brandt for 29 years, and it has been 16 for me. We went on strike for many reasons, and some of those include unethical treatment of workers, management's lack of concern for worker safety and well-being, and workers' rights. Most importantly, we have the right to a safe work environment. Workers are being subjected to unsafe working conditions, such as working in unsafe weather, working understaffed, which creates safety hazards, and the training workers receive is, if any, is bare minimal, which also could pose as a safety threat.
They're being fined $2,200 a day.
Yeah, so we're tracking that $2,200 a day. We're up to a little over $200,000 on the liquidated damages.
But to me, they've done a disservice to the citizens of Rock Island. It's an extreme disappointment that I have with their quality and their product.
We will be considering this in the future if they ever bid in Rock Island again, because I definitely would not approve for them to work in Rock Island the way they've treated us during this project. It's really been disrespectful.
I mean, I know I lost over at least $8,000 with these roads being shut down just over the course of the 2.5 months that they gained me no access to get in here.
We reached out to Brandt for comment, but so far they haven't returned our calls.
Work on one of Rock Island's biggest infrastructure projects in years was to be done by late October. Then the deadline was moved to mid-December, and now in mid-April, the work still isn't done.
We don't want anybody to lose any business whatsoever too, but we feel that we've done an excellent job.
But in the council chambers, some aldermen weren't buying it and say it's time to assess damages of $2,200 a day for every day work wasn't done by the deadline. That totals $248,000 right now.
In my thoughts, they could have had some restoration crews working on the end and catching up with them instead of just tearing up more things. Because a lot of people that have tried to go places through the intersections have been delayed and they've had to go around. And the intersections were closed for too long periods of time, and an apology would not be that big an issue.
We reached out to Brandt Construction for comment, but they have yet to return our calls.
And issues like this, when you have a lawsuit that comes up on a famed project where we've already had issues from the city side, maybe not seen on the opposite side, so we keep hearing, so we were told in April of last year by Terry Brandt. Thank you.
Considering Mr. Brandt has about a dozen striking employees that he has continued to refuse to meet with, I can't see how on earth they would possibly be able to complete this project in a timely manner. So I do not think that this is the time to be bidding, going low and taking these kind of risks.
Many of your employees are on strike now?
My name is Terrence Brandt, Brandt Construction Company, and
We have currently, there's 3 employees that are on strike.
I just did want to note that it is more than 3 employees that are striking, whether or not they've been fired afterwards to try to lower the amount of employees considered striking. They still consider themselves on strike, and they won their National Labor Relations Board complaints, so I don't think it's just their opinion.
Have you had delays with other projects?
Well, obviously we've been in business for 58 years, and like
say
any
the last-
contractor, we've had delays on projects just like anybody else.
In the last couple years?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. My concern is with safety of workers and the project timeline, and I agree that we've been trying to do this for a long time. And so we need to ensure responsible people are going to do it on time, get it done, and be safe with their workers. So I certainly support the staff's decision to award this to Langman Construction.
I also think they have some issues that they're going to have to address. And running a big company, they've been doing it for a long time. And you know, I've known them. I've known Charlie for a long time. He's a good friend of my father-in-law's. There's some issues there that need to be addressed, and worker safety training, I think that's huge. So hopefully, you know, they take heed to that, what their employees are saying. They can right their ship